Hello, everybody. It is Darkman here, and today, or well, yesterday technically, I got a pretty cool Icarus run, new personal best, and my first sub 14, and now I'm top 5 again. Yay! Time of 13:29. Uh, I was in VC with Ophi, so he was there, and this was also the first nether of the day, and this was like the sixth run of the day or so. It's pretty early. Well, I wasn't really warmed up, but it's pretty cool. So I spot a village, and it's Savannah. And the cool thing about Savannah is that they can have buckets, which could save a lot of time and help. And I go to this house because it doesn't have a bucket, and surprisingly it does, and it got some food too. And then there's another house with a chest, and I loot this for more bread, but just have another bucket. It's kind of rare. Buckets only have like 11% chance, I think. So the fact that I got two is pretty cool. I only got two hay bales since I already have 7 bread, so it'll give me enough, definitely enough, and especially with this, I'm definitely gonna have enough. I think I'm gonna have like 14 bread. I'm pretty sure, which is way more than enough for the run, especially in Icarus. Because in Icarus you don't need that much, especially when you're flying around. You don't really need that much food, because you don't lose that much hunger since most of the time you're just gonna be in the air. I feel like the place where you're gonna lose the most time is if you're doing warped, if you do warped at all, because some people just force Bastion. Wow, that voice crack. Some people just force Bastion, but yeah, I do both. I do warped and Bastion. Try to get my stone here so I don't have to mine down, but I waste a little bit of time. But it's not that bad. Um. So yeah, we're just continuing grabbing some wood. Only grabbing 4 logs because I don't really need that many logs. Grab some water, and I'm gonna kill the golem here for iron, just in case if I do warped, and if I do warped I can make a sword, and if I do bastion I can make a pick, since I'm guaranteed to get at least 3, which is what I get. Unfortunately I only get 3, but I go the wrong way here. I meant to go more negative, and then I fix my direction. But here I'm going to see a ruined portal, and this ruined portal saved me. It's pretty good. It gave me a gapple and 22 nuggets and some golden pants with prot 2 on breaking 2. And what those 18 nuggets can do is give me 2 more iron ingots for a pickaxe and a sword, which is really nice. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Just making my sword and my pick. And now we're making our portal. I got this gold block so I can make a pickaxe later. I don't even use it because I kind of forgot about it, but it's fine. Mm-hmm. Definitely would have saved time. I feel like it would have given me sub sauce. Sauce 1326. I feel like it would have given me sub sauce if I actually remembered it, but still sub 14, still sub 1330, sub 14. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice having sub 14, feels pretty good. Entering here, if I remember correctly, 323, which is not bad at all. And what makes that even better is that I spawned on the fortress. As you could tell from the thumbnail, my spawn was right on the fortress. I stand here, look at my chords for a bit, and then just remember them. Just try to remember my chords, trying to save some time. Because I'm a pretty slow typer on console, so when I'm playing Icarus, I just try and remember the chords. I see the spawner here, and the good thing about this fortress is that since it's in Soul Sand Valley, and I have a spawner, I will get a lot of spawns from the spawner and a lot of strays, which allows me to kill a bunch of blazes. And the iron sword also gives me a little bit of a boost with the blaze killing, which is obviously really nice. I can just kind of spam them. And if my sword breaks during warp, I still have stone sword. I mean, it's not really that bad, but stone iron swords have a lot of durability, so it's like won't break. Yeah, you can see here the effects of the Soul Sand Valley coming into play. Skeleton here. pretty annoying. And yeah, as you can see when I open my inventory, I already have 6 rods and I'm out at 440, which is really good pace. This is pace for a possible sub 8 nether leaf and definitely sub 9 if I get a warped forest or if I get a bastion, but instead of a bastion I get a second fortress, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I find this room portal, which made me save a bit of time because I got a golden pickaxe and some better food and another gapple and 2 obby, which is going to help me later in the end fight. And I feel like I forgot about the other gold. Yeah, there's the warped forest. I feel like I forgot about the gold block because of that gold pick that I had. Because I was so like zoned in, you know. And then when I saw that gold pick, I didn't even remember about the gold block. And this terrain here looks good, but as we will see very soon, in about like a minute or so, we will see that this warp terrain was not really the best, and this definitely cost me a new Netherleaf PB, possible sub 9. This definitely cost me sub 13, you know. I feel like the worst part of this run was this warped forest because I actually switched terrain later, and the other terrain that I switched to was actually much, much better than this. And if I went, and it's very close to where I am, if you can see behind me, there was basalt. So to the left of me, the left to where the basalt was, there's actually more warp terrain, and that warp terrain is actually a lot better than this. Yeah, right there where I'm looking at right now. Right there, yep. That's where I go later, and that actually is much better warp terrain, as you can see from on the Undermin over there. And yeah, if I just went over there first instead of this warp terrain, I probably would have had sub 9 another leave and most definitely would have sub 13 slash third place. I think third place is a 1243 by Apfelsaft, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, definitely could have been third place, but you know, still sub 14. Then, you know, the fifth place. So yay. We're just kind of killing Enderman here. We're just gonna go in. And you can see that these Enderman rates are really not doing me so good. The other good thing that happened is that when I moved to the better warp terrain, I also started getting better drops, which is really nice, you know. Better warp terrain and better drops is always good. And it's right around here when I got my 4th pearl that I'm like, and I see all these magma cubes, and I'm like, you know what? Or wait, was it here? I think it was here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I switched terrain here, and this is exactly what I was talking about. It's just right here. So it was so close. And this warp turn is just so much better. You can already see the Enderman spawnings. Going crazy. Oofy was telling me not to switch terrain, but I'm very glad I didn't listen to him, because this could have easily cost me an amazing time if I didn't switch warp terrain. You can already see the effects of the warp terrain that I switched to. This warp terrain is just crazy now. Again, Iron Sword, big help, big help. Yeah. If I listened to Ofi and just stayed in that spot, definitely would have lost a lot of time. But it probably maybe could have still been PB, but it would have been stretch. Because I beat my former PB by like 55 seconds, I think, because it was 14:24. So you could see a lot of good Enderman spawns, and the drops are also really good. I think I'm at 9 right now, which is really good. I'm at 10 now. I do remember the chords. I do remember them, but the bad thing is that I don't remember the terrain on how to get here. I'm not leaving on 11 because this is really good pace. It actually would have been fine if I left on 11 because, spoiler alert, the portal's a 2i, but you know, I just didn't want to risk it. I would definitely leave on 12 though. I think there's another Enderman that comes over here. Yeah, just randomly. And I was gonna kill that guy for a 13, so I have a crypt bug, but I didn't drop. Yeah, so I remember the chords, but I just don't remember how to get back, because As you can see, the coordinates were 20, -65, and I'm going the complete opposite direction. And the direction where the portal is just blocked. So I have to go like down here to make them more positive, and then I'm like, okay, well. So when I go here and I see the room portal, I'm like, okay, well, I know where I'm going now. And I'm just gonna go back to my portal. And this is pretty cool because my nether split was actually sub 7. Barely, but still sub 7, which is pretty cool. It was 658. Pretty nice. First PP with sub 7 nether split, which is cool. And I'm leaving the nether here at, if I remember, 1021. And you might be wondering, hey Dart, if your nether leave was 1020, how is this at 1329? And this is how. The eye goes in the very direction that I was already going, which is really good because I'm already 500 blocks out in that direction, and I see a village. And I'm praying that it's here because it could just not be here. But it's very low that it's here because the eye went in a very straight direction. And as expected, it wasn't there. But lo and behold, just a few seconds of flying, we find another village. And I'm going to go past the bell and I'm going to throw an eye. If the eye goes back, that means that there is a stronghold under this village. And there was actually a blacksmith in the other village and in this village, but I didn't really see them. I didn't see neither of them, actually, because I already had everything. Eye goes back, so I know this is the village. And yeah. So, yeah, this nether split, or post-nether, was about 308, which is pretty crazy. Third fastest post-nether split, if I'm correct. And right around here, or no. Oh yeah, I accidentally went to the chat, and then I remember that I had gold pick. Save me a bit of time here. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good nether post nether for a low stronghold. This stronghold, I hit it when it was like Y0. I think this is like Y0, which is pretty deep for a 309 post nether or 38 post nether, but it's fine. Yeah, there it is. Hit it at 1218. I see a library, but I'm just gonna high roll for one eye, so I still have crit bug. And boom, there's the portal room, and the portal is also a 2-eye. So no 1621 incident. If you remember, I needed crit bug, and I needed at least one eye, but I didn't get it, so I had to find library. I almost die here, which would have been a little sad, but Gapple saved the day. If I went back to that library, it probably still would have been sub 14 and still definitely would have been PvP, but it wouldn't have been as fast as it is. So I'm very lucky that it was actually a one eye. But yeah, now I'm just going for Pro Star Cycle, but it's not guaranteed it hits. But you know, we just gonna kind of hope because this is the fastest one cycle that I can do with 2 obby. And as you know, it hits. And I thought it wasn't gonna die, but it did. 42-second end split. Pretty crazy. There's a run. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. And sub 13 soon. Trust.